Address this, and I believe it needs to be addressed. What was being said by Jerry Jeudy and Shedeur Sanders? Every single game is emotional. There's always tension, conversations. When people get animated, you rarely see on a sideline two players talking, or a coach talking to another coach, or a player talking to a coach, where there isn't a few F bombs being dropped, a little bit of frustration.
It's not just the poor play. His attitude sucks.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you guys have seen the video. Obviously I can't hear them, but like it looks like he's kind of barking at Shedeur and they're going over, and then Shedeur comes out post game and he talks about how like it's about trust and they got to get on the same page, which obviously that'll come with more practice and more games played. But like, bro, this is a guy who's playing with only a couple weeks of practice. He's a rookie in his second start. Why don't you try to pick him up? Why don't you encourage him? Like, Justin Jefferson was picking, JJ McCarthy's awful. And you don't hear like Justin Jefferson talking shit on him. Like he's trying to pick him up. Like we got to play. And then there's just Jerry Jeudy. And Justin Jefferson, by the way, is good at football. Jerry Jeudy is bad at football. So like if you're going to maybe have a good attitude, if you're going to lead the league in drops 2 years in a row and just essentially never be open or do anything of any good on the football field for us this year, at least have a good positive attitude.
Buckle up, NFL fans, because what just went down on the Browns sideline is something you need to see to believe. Jerry Jeudy thought he could intimidate a rookie quarterback and walk away looking like the alpha. Instead, he got schooled in composure and leadership, and the instant regret written all over his face tells the whole story about what's broken in Cleveland right now. Jeudy stepped to Shedeur Sanders expecting to rattle him, to push around a first-year player and make him fold. What he got instead was a masterclass in staying poised under fire, keeping your cool when emotions run hot, and leading with strength that doesn't need volume. Jeudy ended up looking foolish, and this incident exposes not just his shortcomings as a teammate, but the deeper dysfunction eating away at the Browns organization from the front office down to the field. Let's break down exactly what happened here because the details matter. This wasn't just another heated exchange between frustrated teammates.
And one of the biggest things that has to happen is he's got to develop some kind of trust and chemistry with Jerry Jeudy. We saw that they had the sideline confrontation, but these two guys have to get on the same page. They've got to get it together with each other. And I think what they need to do is spend extra time together this week. I think they need to just let go what happened the other day. We all know that stuff happens in the name of football. That stuff happens on football sidelines all the time, not always captured on camera. But those two guys need to get together this week. They need to text each other back and forth like Amari and Joe Flacco used to be doing all day long. Maybe they should watch some film together. I think that would be helpful. I think they need to talk and communicate. Jerry needs to talk about where he likes the ball placed. Shedeur has such elite accuracy and good ball placement that if Jerry asks for something, Shedeur can deliver that. So I think these guys just need to be very vocal about what they want and need from each other and try to make it work better going forward.
Jeudy approached Shedeur with fire in his eyes, walking up like a veteran who thought his $52 million contract gave him the right to dress down the rookie signal caller. His body language screamed intimidation. His energy said, "I'm about to put you in your place." Shedeur's response? Stone cold. Didn't flinch, didn't blink, didn't show 1 ounce of the fear or insecurity Jeudy was clearly hoping to trigger. And that's the exact moment you could see it click for Jeudy. The realization that he made a massive miscalculation. The regret washing over his face said it all. Here's what Jeudy didn't understand. Shedeur Sanders isn't some wide-eyed rookie who crumbles under confrontation. As Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur grew up under a spotlight that would have destroyed lesser talents. He quarterbacked at Jackson State in Colorado under microscopic scrutiny that college players rarely face. He's endured relentless media pressures, social media attacks, and constant doubters questioning everything from his arm talent to his leadership qualities. So Jeudy thinks a sideline blow-up in an NFL game is gonna break him? Shedeur's already survived far worse. Think about what Shedeur has been dealing with all season. He's running an offense that's predictable and overly conservative. He's working behind an offensive line that struggles to give him clean pockets. He's throwing to receivers where his supposed number one weapon drops critical passes and fumbles at the worst moments. He's facing weekly media sessions designed to bait him into saying something controversial. Through all of that, Shedeur has remained composed, professional, accountable, and laser-focused on improving. So when Jeudy got in his face, he wasn't confronting some overwhelmed rookie. He was challenging a battle-hardened competitor who's already weathered storms that would sink most players. The most impressive part? Shedeur didn't need to raise his voice, didn't need to match Jeudy's aggression. He just stood there with that unshakable confidence that comes from knowing exactly who you are and what you're capable of. That confidence made Jeudy look absolutely ridiculous. All his anger, all his posturing, all his attempts to make Shedeur lose composure just bounced right off. Now let's talk about what triggered this confrontation, because the context is critical. During the game, Shedeur launched a deep ball to Jeudy. It was a shot play that should have resulted in a huge game, possibly even 6 points. The ball was in the air, traveling perfectly to the spot where Jeudy needed to be. What did Jeudy do? He quit on the route, didn't run through his break, didn't attack the ball at its highest point. He essentially jogged through the play like it was a walkthrough practice instead of a live NFL snap. Film analysts said exactly what everyone watching could plainly see. If Jeudy had simply run full speed, elevated for the catch, and fought for the football, this could have been a touchdown. The throw was there. The opportunity was there. But Jeudy wasn't. He gave up mid-route. Now here's where it gets really interesting. When Shedeur was asked about the play after the game, you know what he did? He took accountability. He talked about chemistry and timing. He discussed how the offense is still building cohesion. He never threw Jeudy under the bus, even though the film clearly showed Jeudy quitting on the route. That's leadership. That's maturity. That's a quarterback protecting his teammate even when that teammate doesn't deserve the cover. But apparently, Jerry Jeudy didn't appreciate Shedeur's class and professionalism. Instead of being grateful that his quarterback shielded him from criticism or admitting he should have given more effort on that route, Jeudy decided to confront Shedeur on the sideline and turn it into a public spectacle. Think about how backwards that is. Shedeur covers for Jeudy after the play. Shedeur takes the heat publicly, even though it wasn't his fault, and Judy's response is to get in his face and start a confrontation? That tells you everything you need to know about Jerry Jeudy's character. This is now the second consecutive week Jeudy's been involved in controversy because of his performance and attitude. Last week, he made a costly turnover when he caught the ball, lost awareness of his surroundings, and got stripped from behind. People gave him grace, tried to move past it. But now it's happening again. This isn't a one-off mistake anymore. It's a pattern, and patterns reveal who players really are. The post-game press conference was a perfect example. A reporter asked Shedeur if he appreciated Kevin Stefanski's aggressive approach on those failed fourth down attempts. That question is incredibly disrespectful. They're essentially asking a rookie quarterback to publicly criticize his head coaching decision-making. You know what Shedeur did? He called it out directly. He said, first, that's a rude question to ask if I think it was a great call by my coach. He saw the trap immediately. He recognized the media was trying to manufacture drama and create division, and he shut it down with class and professionalism. He said he loves competing out there, he loves playing football, and he's not going to sit there and blame coaches or teammates. That's real leadership. That's someone who understands that team unity matters more than good headlines or protecting your personal reputation. But here's what makes me frustrated. Why is the Cleveland media asking Jeudy Sanders to defend or critique coaching decisions instead of asking Kevin Stefanski directly why he keeps making those calls? Why aren't they holding the head coach accountable for repeatedly putting his offense in bad situations? This is the problem with the Browns organization and Cleveland media. They pile all the pressure and blame onto Shedeur while Stefanski escapes scrutiny. Stefanski keeps making questionable decisions. He keeps calling plays that expose Shedeur to unnecessary risk. He keeps allowing receivers like Jeudy to quit on routes without consequences. He keeps running this ultra-conservative offense that prevents Shedeur from showing what he can truly do. And when things go wrong, who gets criticized? Shedeur. Not the coach who called the play, not the receiver who quit on the route, not the offensive line that failed to protect them. The first-year quarterback who's doing everything possible to succeed in a bad situation. The analyst who broke down that deep ball to Jeudy said it perfectly. If Jeudy puts his hands up and even attempts to catch that football, it's probably a touchdown. The throw was accurate. The opportunity was there. But Jeudy wasn't. He gave up mid-route. And the worst part is this is becoming who Jeudy is. This isn't an isolated bad play. This is a consistent pattern of minimal effort and zero accountability. A player making $52 million acting like he doesn't care whether plays succeed or fail. What was Jeudy even arguing about on that sideline? He can't be upset about that deep ball because film proves he quit on the route. He can't be mad about target distribution because he's dropping the passes that do come his way. He can't complain about offensive struggles because he's one of the main reasons the offense is struggling. So what was he really mad about? The truth is, Jerry Jeudy is probably angry at himself. He's frustrated that he's not living up to his contract. He's upset that he's underperforming. But instead of looking in the mirror and taking ownership, he's lashing out at the one person who doesn't deserve it. That's why this moment backfired so spectacularly for Jeudy. He thought he could intimidate Shedeur. He thought he put the rookie in his place. All he did was expose his own insecurity, immaturity, and inability to handle adversity. The look of instant regret on Jeudy's face when he realized Shedeur wasn't backing down, when he realized his intimidation tactics weren't working, when he realized he just embarrassed himself on national television, that's going to be one of the defining images of this Browns season. It perfectly captures what's wrong in Cleveland. You have a veteran receiver who's underperforming trying to blame a rookie quarterback who's outperforming. You have someone who's failing taking their frustration out on someone who's succeeding despite every obstacle. And through it all, Shedeur Sanders just keeps being who he is. Calm, confident, poised, mature, accountable, professional. He doesn't need to raise his voice to prove he belongs. He doesn't need to fight back when others disrespect him. He just needs to keep being himself. And that speaks volumes. Because the film doesn't lie. The statistics don't lie. Leadership doesn't lie. Shedeur Sanders is carrying nearly all of the weight for this Cleveland Browns offense. He's doing it in a system that restricts what he can accomplish, with receivers who can't consistently catch and coaches who won't protect them. Jerry Jeudy picked the wrong guy to test. He thought he was confronting some scared rookie who'd crumble under pressure. Instead, he ran into a young man who's already survived more adversity, criticism, and scrutiny than most players face in entire careers. A young man who stays composed when everyone else is losing their cool. A young man mature enough to take the high road even when it would be easier to fight back. Browns fans shouldn't be wondering if Shedeur Sanders can handle the pressure and chaos. He's already proven he can. The question is whether the Browns organization will do right by him. Will they surround him with receivers who actually want to compete? Will they hire coaches who will let him play to his strengths? Will they build an offensive line that can protect him? Will they hold veterans like Jerry Jeudy accountable when they quit on routes and create sideline drama? If the Browns don't start making changes and supporting Shedeur Sanders the way he deserves, they're going to waste one of the best young quarterbacks they've had in decades. And Jerry Jeudy better figure out quickly that his act ain't going to fly. The drops, the fumbles, the lack of effort, the bad attitude, all of it is unacceptable for someone making $52 million. One thing is crystal clear. Shedeur Sanders is built differently, and this was one of those moments that proved it. Jerry Jeudy learned that lesson the hard way. You can see the regret written all over his face, the realization that he misjudged this entire confrontation. And now everyone in Cleveland knows who the real leader is. And it's not the veteran receiver making big money. It's the rookie quarterback getting no help and showing nothing but class. Here's what I want to know from you.
Do you think the Browns should trade Jerry Jeudy before he completely destroys the team's chemistry? Should they start holding veterans accountable for quitting on routes and creating problems? And most importantly, how long before the Browns realize they need to build this entire offense around empowering Shedeur Sanders instead of holding him back? Drop all your thoughts in the comments below because this conversation is just getting started. If you think Shedeur Sanders handled this situation with the perfect balance of strength and maturity, and if you think Jerry Jeudy exposed exactly what's wrong with this Browns team, hit that like button right now, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on this Cleveland drama. And trust me when I say this story is far from over. The Browns are at a crossroads. The decisions they make about how to support Shedeur and handle players like Jerry Jeudy will determine whether this team finally breaks their decades-long curse or remains stuck in the dysfunction that's defined them for a generation.